In this video, I'm going to take you through a yoga sequence for active women like you. And if we're just meeting, welcome to Romance Yoga. I'm Casey.
This video is dedicated to Rachel Thompson. Make your way onto your back. Take a full body stretch. Inhale, lift the arms up, flex the toes. Exhale, lower your arms down along your side. Set this into motion at your own breath's pace. One breath with one movement. Close your eyes. Set an intention for today's practice. It can be a word or a phrase, whatever first comes to your mind. You'll revisit it throughout today's yoga sequence. Place a bend in your knees. Hug your knees into your chest. Circle them in one direction. Breathe. Circle your knees in the opposite direction. Lower your feet down, press into all corners of the feet, and lower your knees down towards the mat. Notice that your hips are level. If you need some added support, place some yoga blocks or pillows under your hips at this time. Place your arms in the T position. Close your eyes. Get comfortable on your mat. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Bring some space in your upper body a couple of times. Go slow. In life, it's easy to rush through and to think about what is to come, but all you have is right here and right now. The important thing is you made time for yourself. Clasp your hands up over your head. Let your elbows rest on the mat beneath you. If this is straining you in any way, always grab a prop. Turn your gaze to look right. Feel the stretch on your neck. And then turn your gaze to look left. Feel the stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Return your head to center. Turn your gaze to look right, return to center, and turn your gaze to look left. Return the neck to its neutral position. Extend your legs long. Hug your knees into your chest and gently massage out your low spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Lower your feet towards the mat. Pick up your right foot and place it just above the left knee. Place your arms in the T position and lower your right foot towards the left. If the foot can't touch the ground today, that's all right. And notice as you take this deep belly twist that your left foot stays in about the same position. You don't want to be swaying it all the way over to the left or the right. You're trying to feel the twist in your hip. And in order to get the deepest twist, you want to keep your foot in that position. Next time the foot lowers down, pause. Take your gaze to the right. Draw your low belly in and up. Create space between the top and bottom rows of teeth. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Return to center. Release the posture. Turn all the way on to your left side. I couldn't think for a second. Align your shins with your mat. And if you want some extra support in your head, feel free to grab a yoga block or pillow. Extend the arms out in front of you and begin to trace behind you. If it's too intense to trace behind you, you can just open and close the arm. Notice that as you twist open the upper body, open and close. When you open, you should really feel the stretch all across the top of your chest. Find your edge today. Remember, you want some sensation, but never any pain. Next time you open up, find stillness. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last seconds in this posture. Breathe deeply. Bring the top arm to meet the bottom. Press the palms into one another and bring the top hand just a little bit forward and feel the stretch along your back. Release the block if you had support under the neck. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest and gently rock from side to side to massage out the sacral area. Lower the feet down towards the mat. Step them to the wide edge, pinky toes to come off. Lower your knees to the right. Take your gaze to the left. Lower your knees to the left. Take your gaze to the right. Find a little bit of movement in your hips. Find stillness, and the easiest way for you, turn onto your belly. Lengthen out the legs. Tops of the feet to rest down onto the mat. Place your arms in the goalpost position. Curl your toes under. Lift your legs up slightly. Relax. Lower the tops of your feet back down onto the mat. Drag your right knee up towards your right elbow. Then lengthen the leg back out. Draw your knee towards your elbow. Lengthen it out. Bring a little bit of movement to your pelvis before you find stillness in this posture. And next time your knee drags up towards your elbow, pause there. Turn your gaze towards your right. And if you've closed your eyes, open them and make sure that your right elbow is in line with your right shoulder. Breathe deeply. Lengthen out your right leg long. It'll find its way next to your left. Take your forehead down to the mat. Curl your toes under. Relax the tops of your feet onto your mat. Curl your toes under. Relax the tops of your feet. Take your gaze to the left and drag your left knee up towards your left elbow. Return, lengthen out the leg. Continue this a couple of times until you're ready to drag the left knee up towards your left elbow. Once you're there, find stillness, relax, and breathe deeply. Slow down. You're taking time to deeply stretch the muscles and connective tissue and tendons. This area is often overlooked in the body. Well-being is an overall prescription of daily working out, stretching, massage, foam rolling, eating whole foods, drinking plenty of water, and getting a good night's sleep. Have you filled all these items of the well-being prescription? Something to think about. Bring your left leg to meet your right. Lengthen out your arms straight. Close your eyes. Notice that your forehead is firmly relaxing onto the mat. Place a bend in your elbows. Lift the chest up. Take your gaze a couple of inches forward, then close your eyes. Feel the stretch. In life, you spend a lot of time curled over onto your phone, slumped in front of a desk. Are you sitting up straight in the car? Sphinx pose counteracts the rounding we have in our spines. Lower back down onto the mat. And the easiest way for you, turn onto your back body. Place the left ankle over the right. Place your arms in the T position and lower your left foot down towards the right. Return to center. Set this twisting movement into motion at your own breath's pace. One breath in, exhale, lower, inhale, lift up. Movement before stillness. Next time you lower down, pause. Take your gaze towards the left. Can you press that top knee a little bit more forward? Breathe in. Breathe out. Release the posture. Hug your knees into your chest and gently rock from left to right. Make your way onto your right hand side. Place a bend in your knees. Your knees will align with your yoga mat. Extend your arms forward out in front of you, and then trace the top arm up and around your head. Open up the chest. Exhale, bring the hands to touch. Inhale, trace the arm up and around. Exhale, hands to touch. Go slow. Next time your hand twists open, pause there. Find a comfortable position in your neck. And remember, at any time you can pause and grab a pillow for added support. There's nothing wrong with that. You want to feel good in your body. Focus your attention on the right here and the right now. If you set an intention at the beginning of today's yoga practice, revisit that word or phrase 2 times. 1, 2. Bring the hands to touch. Bring the top hand a little bit forward from the bottom. Return the palms, then bring the top hand a little bit forward. Bring the palms to meet. Take a breath. Release the pose. And the easiest way for you, come onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest and gently massage out your spine. These poses are held for a couple of minutes, so it's okay to give your body a little bit of compensation in between each posture. Step your feet to the wide edge of the mat. Place your arms in the T position. Lower your knees to the right. Take your gaze to the left. Return to center. Lower your knees to the left. Take your gaze to the right. Set this windshield wiper movement into motion. Walk your feet in towards your hips. Pick up your left ankle and place it just above your right knee. Clasp your hands under your right thigh and visualize your left knee coming closer to the front of your mat. If your hips are tight, it's okay. That's completely normal. Meet yourself exactly where you're at. If you want a little bit more, you can press onto your shin so your knee comes a bit closer to the mat, but if you do so, don't overdo it. You don't want a knee injury. Release the posture, extend your legs long, lift your arms up overhead. Walk your feet towards the right edge of your mat, and then pick up your upper body and feel the stretch all across your side body. Keep your arms long and clasp your fingers. Turn your head to look left and right a few times. Breathe in, breathe out. Cross the left ankle over your right. Place a bend in your elbows and keep your hands firmly clasped above your head. Breathe deeply. Return back to center. Lower your arms down along your side. Walk your feet in towards your hips. Pick up your right ankle and place it just above your left knee. Clasp your hands behind your left thigh. Draw your low belly in and up. Draw your chin down and back and lift through the crown of your head. Visualize that right knee is coming closer to the top of your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Release this pose. Lengthen out your legs. Lift your arms up and overhead. Clasp your hands. Walk your feet towards the left edge of your mat. Pick up your upper body. Make its way also over towards the left edge. Turn your head to look left and right a few times. Keep your eyes closed. Find stillness. Cross your right ankle over your left. Place a bend in your elbows. Clasp your hands up overhead. Breathe in. Breathe out. Return to center. Place a bend in your knees. If you have a yoga strap or a scarf or a belt, anything, grab it right now. If not, you'll be fine. Place the yoga strap around the ball of the right foot. Keep your left knee bent at this moment and lift and lower the right leg towards the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Draw your low belly in and up. Draw your chin down and back. Next time your leg lifts up, extend the left leg long and begin to rock the right leg left and right. Notice that the rocking isn't coming from your hands or your foot, but you're moving from your hips. Can you notice the difference? Now, move your hip forward and back. Find stillness. Hug your elbows into your ribs. Soften the muscles in your face. Notice that you're not clenching your jaw. Focus on the posture at hand. Can you stretch just a little bit deeper? Find your personal edge. Your leg doesn't have to completely lengthen out today, but you know when you did your best. Extend the leg long, clasp your hands up overhead, and take a brief full body stretch. Place a bend in your knees, grab your yoga strap, place it behind the ball of the left foot. Once you feel comfortable, lift and lower the left foot towards the ceiling. One breath in, one breath out. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Next time the leg lifts, rock the foot from left to right. And if you haven't extended that right leg long, please do so at this time. I messed up while making this yoga video. I should have extended it long. I don't want you to mess up. Now gently rock forward and back, rocking at the hip, not with the hands, not with the foot, forward and back, starting at your hip. Find stillness, and if you haven't lengthened out that right leg, please do so at this time. Breathe in, breathe out, release the yoga strap, hug your knees into your chest, and circle in one direction. Circle your knees out in the opposite direction. Come to a seated position. Extend your legs long. Sit up tall. Place a bend in your left knee, calf away from your thigh. Come down onto your elbows. If you want a little bit more, lay down all the way onto your back. Place your hands in the T position. Draw your chin down and back, and breathe. Flex your right ankle. Press into your elbows. Come back to that seated position. Extend your left leg long. Place a bend in your right knee. Come to your elbows. Then make your way down onto your back. Place your hands in the T position. Breathe deeply. Notice that your left ankle is flexed. Make your way onto your elbows. Sit all the way up. Extend your right leg long. Place a bend in both of your knees. Move your calves away from your hips. Sit down. Sit up. Breathe in. Come down onto your elbows. Take a few breaths. And once you're ready, lay all the way down onto your back. Clasp your hands up overhead. Turn your head to look right. Return to center. Turn your gaze to the left. Return to center. Turn your head a couple of more times. You're not going to be here forever. Find your edge. Firmly press down onto the mat. Release the posture. Step your feet to the edge of your mat. Turn your knees to the right. Return to center. Lower your knees to the left. Take a couple rounds of seated windshield wipe. You just did an intense stretch. It's okay to take a moment to breathe afterwards. Lay down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest and gently massage out your low spine. Lower your feet onto the mat. Step your legs to the wide edge. Lower your knees to the right. Take your gaze to the left. Lower your knees to the left. Take your gaze to the right. Next time your knees lower to the right, pick up your right ankle and place it just above your left knee. Draw your low belly in and up. Turn your gaze to the left. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend the left arm to frame your ear. Feel the stretch. Lower the arm down. Take your knees towards your left. Pick up your left foot and place it just above the right knee. Take your gaze to the right. Lift your right arm to frame your ear. Remember to breathe. Release the foot. Draw your knees into your chest and rock from left to right. Lower the feet down. Firmly press into all four corners of the feet. Lower your knees towards the mat. Clasp your hands up overhead. Place a bend in your elbows. Draw your low belly in and up. Draw your chin down and back. Breathe in and breathe out. Draw your knees together. Make your way to hands and knees. Press the big toes together, separate your knees to the wide edge of the mat, sit back onto the heels, extend the arms forward, rest your forehead on the mat. If your hips do not reach back on your heels today, that's all right. Meet yourself where you're at. Walk your hands towards the right edge of the mat. Press your left shoulder blade closer to the floor. Breathe in, breathe out. Walk your hands back to center and then make them go over to the left edge of the mat. Press your right shoulder blade down closer to the floor. Feel the stretch all along the right side of your body. Return to center. Place a bend in your elbows and place your hands in the prayer position behind your head. Feel how this intensifies the stretch. You hold a lot of tension in your upper back. Walk your elbows just a little bit forward. Find your edge. A little bit more, and then come back to a more neutral stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Lower the hands down. Release the posture. Come to a seated position. Extend your legs long. Grab your yoga blocks or props if you're using them. Flex your ankles. Draw your right foot into your left thigh. Lower your knee down towards the mat. Place the blocks to frame your foot. Hip hinge forward. Gently walk your hands forward. Inhale, lift up, sit up tall. Exhale, lower back down. Bring movement before stillness. Next time you walk the hands forward, pause. Place your hands onto your blocks. Keep a micro bend in your left knee. Notice that you're hinging from your hips. Draw your navel point in and up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. This prevents your spine from rounding. You want a beautiful flat back. Close your eyes. Flex your foot. Come just a little bit closer. Release the posture. Move the blocks out of the way. Step your feet to the wide edge of the mat. Lower your knees to the right. Return to center. Lower your knees to the left. Windshield wipe out the hips just a couple of times. Next time your knees lower to the right, pause. Pick up your right foot, place it just above your left knee. Take your gaze to the left. Breathe in, breathe out. Release the posture, lower your knees to the left. Pick up your left foot, place it just above the left knee. Take your gaze to the right. Notice how this feels differently seated compared to on your back. What's your preference? Release the posture. Grab your blocks. Turn to the long edge of your mat. Separate your feet wide apart. sit up tall. If this is bringing a lot of tension in your hips, you can sit on the blocks or once again grab a pillow. But if not, place your blocks out in front of you and hip hinge forward. Walk your hands forward and return to center. You've been here before. Lift and lower a couple of times. Movement before stillness. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the stretch in your legs. Flex your ankles. Next time you hip hinge forward, pause. Come a little bit closer towards the mat. Bend your elbows a little bit more. Find your edge. Keep drawing your toes closer back to you. Release this pose. Bring your legs together. Make your way back to the long edge of your mat. Rock your feet a couple times. Shake them out, shake them out. Flex your ankles. Draw your left foot into your right thigh. Sit up tall. Walk your hands forward towards your ankle. Return to a tall spine. Hip hinge forward. Sit up tall. Go at your own breath's pace. Next time you hip hinge forward, pause. If you're using props today, grab them at this time. Draw your low belly in and up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Notice that you're not clenching your jaw. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come just a little bit more forward. Flex your right ankle. Release this pose. Set your blocks aside. Wiggle out your ankles. Come to hands and knees. Press your big toes together. Separate your knees to the edge of your mat. Extend the arms forward. Breathe in, breathe out. You did a lot of intense stretching today. Holding the postures for an extended amount of time allows you to work into the connective tissues. Make your way onto your back. Grab onto your feet as you draw your knees closer to your armpits. I hate that word, armpits. I don't like using it. Pull your feet down a little bit more. Lower them to your mat. Extend your legs long. Come to a comfortable seated position. Draw your hands to heart center. And always commend yourself for making time for you. Thanks. I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.